Sorry. Clearing my throat a little bit before we start. Let me see. I just sat down, so I'm a little bit discombobulated. Just a tiny bit. Let me pull everything up. I do have it up. I just need to swap over. Hey, Willow, off the table. Oh, I might have to go move her in a second. Depends. We have some dried flowers on the table, and they've been being beasts and trying to get to the flowers, so I must watch her. And now she's moving on to the box. Yep. And she's sitting and staring at me, as she does. As one does. Suplex the missile? What? Also, welcome. Hello. Let me see. Let me swap over so you guys can actually, see what's going on. Hello! Welcome in! How are you? What missile? Why do we have to suplex it? What missile are we talking about? We'll see how much of my mic picks up on certain things. The cat is misbehaving. Gotta suplex it. No! Maybe a little bit. She's probably the smallest cat I've ever owned. And she's super light, and so it's really easy to just pick her up and carry her around places. She makes a really funny face when you do. She's a good girl, but she's also a beast. Let's see. It's more Fields of Mistria time. I can actually open it up now. Boop boop. Oh my god, what were we even doing? What is all of this? Where am I? Who am I? Ollie! Meow. It's a little bit loud. I can probably turn it down just a tiny bit. Cabbage slaw. It's been just long enough that I'm what the hell was I doing in this game again? That's because though I've been back to playing a lot of ZZZ. And trying to catch up in that because I haven't played it in 6 months. And my brain is so discombobulated now because of that, because there's just so much to keep track of. And I'm I can't do it. Let's see. These we keep. This goes in here. Why did I have these? Donate. One of these was for a quest, I think. Oh, I need fennel for Celine. Fennel. Noodles, pipe, shipping bin, and snail. Okay. Do. I think last time you played the game you said I will only do mine runs today and mentioned something about selling all your livestock. I believe the mine runs part. We don't have any livestock yet though. I think I was saying that we would try to get there. So thank you for the reminder. That helps a lot. We shall go. Do I need to save that? So let's definitely go to the mines then. I think I wanted to get livestock early because normally I kind of put it off. because it gets kind of like expensive to build the barn, and I have to like clear out this whole area, so that's something we can do. What's this one I was using as the food one? Oh, shrimp. Pike. Again, thank you for the reminder. Hey, you two, stop it. I apologize if you end up hearing my cats having a little hissy fit in the background. Guys! Okay, we gotta take stuff to Celine and Ulrich. Here she is. Spring salad! Thank you. I will take it. And we need to donate that shrimp. Oh, we can turn this into. Not the turnip seeds. Okay. We might be a little bit late in getting to the mines today, because they keep handing me stuff, and I need my pockets to be more empty. Oh, you good? Ulrich is such, like, head empty energy, and I really love that for him. Oh my god. March saying, like, oh, you can use the forge if you need it, but you better clean up after yourself is so fucking real. That was, like, one of my biggest pet peeves. When I would go to, like, the art studio on campus in the past. And people just not having, like, it was a rule that you should clean up after yourself, but not everybody did it, you know? And that was always one of my biggest, like, pet peeves, was people, like, not cleaning up after themselves properly there. You worked at a forge? Oh my god, I wish, dude. I think it would be so much fun to work at a forge. But no, I was working at a print studio. Well, not working, but learning. And pretty much all studios are very similar in terms of, like, the cleanup kind of stuff. And, oh my god, I forgot to put my watering can back. This is a mess. Oh, I need this. There was just a lot of, like, people not. Who's this fancy streamer with the 2D model? It's me! It's me! Hello, wow, welcome in! How are you doing? We were talking about, like, cleaning up studios. Because March was telling me that I can use the forge, but I need to make sure to clean up after myself. And I was saying he's so real for that. Because that's, like, one of my biggest pet peeves when it came to, like, using an art studio and stuff, is when people didn't properly clean up after themselves. Especially like painting or printing studios, because the ink gets everywhere. Back in my blacksmithing days, working at the forge, once again, I wish I'd probably be way too scared to get close to, like, a forge, but I think it would be so much fun. I think it's so interesting. I love seeing people make stuff. Same with the glasswork. I think glasswork is really cool and interesting too, but, like, I'm way too scared of the heat and potentially burning myself because I'm very accident prone. I am like, every time we go over like class safety things and like they'd be like, oh, you need an X-Acto knife for this, blah blah blah, and I'd be like, sure enough, I'm gonna cut myself on this. They'd be like, don't cut yourself. I'm like, too late, it's already happened, already slipped. Very clumsy. I've gotten better, but like sometimes I've had a couple close calls when I carve for printmaking, and it's like, Jesus Christ. I know my old professor would get like really angry at me if she saw the way I actually carve. Because there's like a quote-unquote proper way of doing it. And I never did it the proper way. I always did it what was most comfortable for me, and that was not the proper way to do it. Hence why I never carved in class. Because I know she'd see me carving and she'd be like, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to like... You usually have whatever you're carving, like the plate. I wonder if the lighthouse is something that we can fix up eventually. I still don't think anything's doable with that yet. I sometimes forget it's there. But you're supposed to like have the plate that you're carving like essentially braced on something. I'm blanking on what they're called. I think they're like desk hooks or something like that that you can like put the plate on to keep it from like sliding around, because you're not supposed to hold the plate down with like your hands necessarily. You're using both hands on the single carving tool to carve. And you use like your wrists and forearms to like brace the plate or whatever. But I hate carving like that, dude. It like hurts. I'm not a fan of it. And it doesn't work well for me. Especially because I get into like really, really small details, and it's very easy for me to mess up when I'm carving like that. So I'm like the one that just like digs the spoon into the center of the ice cream kind of stuff. Like I will just go full in. And I've had like a couple small slips in the past, but have never actually like really, really cut myself. The times that like I did really cut myself were with usually processes I didn't like in either printmaking or ceramics. I cut myself a lot on accident in ceramics when like trimming the clay. And then doing things with like contact paper in printmaking and in Talio. I ended up cutting myself a lot on accident with that. It's always the X-Acto knives. I just don't like the X-Acto knives, dude. I try to avoid them, and so it sucks when I can't avoid them. Oh, I can't pick it up. My pockets are full. Ooh, rusted shield. Yeah, we'll see how much of this I play today. We might end up playing a tiny bit of ZZZ later on. If I get kind of tired with, the game. But I kind of doubt I'll get tired, to be honest. I love this game so much. But still, ZZZ. I'm, like, back on the, like, mindset of it. And so I'm just like, I want to play. I want to play it. Let me me go drop this stuff off at the museum, and then we'll do the mines tomorrow when I actually have a full day to do it. Didn't they used to have, like, some sort of, like, blacksmithing, like, reality TV show or something? And wasn't one of the guys in it, like, a plant? It's been so long, I can't remember. Where am I? I'm stuck. Get me out. Oh, I think my, like, stream chat is, like, kind of freaking out. OBS, are you good? My OBS is freaking out a little bit. Uh-oh. How do I... Oh, hold on, let me pause that so it's not like... Where is it? Where's my little... This? Aha! There we go. Oh my god, I missed so much of the chat, I'm so sorry. I, like, noticed it was, like, in the OBS screen itself it was updating, but I have OBS stream chat pulled up on my computer so I can keep an eye on a couple different things on one screen, and it, like, wasn't updating. Kind of sporadic sometimes. Yeah, obviously. It's funny, I haven't had any issues with it up until now, but it seems like my OBS, like, keeps kind of flickering a little bit, which I don't know what's causing that. I don't know if it's, like, the PNGTUBER program causing issues at all. I don't know. Hooray, new PNGTuber, yay! And then knock on wood, yeah. Yes, I don't remember name. Forged in Fire, yes, that one! I swear I watched a video on it, like, forever ago. But it's been, like, long enough that I'm not entirely, like, sure, I guess? But, I just remember thinking it was, like, kind of interesting and funny. I like... Some of my favorite videos are those ones of, like, people restoring, like, old items. So it could be, like, furniture or knives or, like, tools and stuff. I think that's so cool. And so seeing, like, some of the blacksmithing work is really, really neat. If I had the courage to do it, I'd probably try it, but that's one of those things where I always say, like, oh, in another life I would have tried this. In another life I would have tried blacksmithing for sure. Keep that. Those on fiddlehead stays. Stay. Oh, stay. Where's Ollie? Ollie! I need to make a little Ollie for chat. Ollie, Wally. Did I really not have any of the fiddlehead ferns until this point? Apparently. Wild. I need my axe. Alright, we'll start cleaning up the farm, so we can work towards getting the barn and stuff. my god, I just keep seeing like OBS flash on my screen. I'm like, OBS, please, you're scaring me. You're scaring me. Wait, have I caught one of these? Yes, I have. It's just a little caterpillar. Oh my god. I always love seeing like things like caterpillars and lizards in real life. Like, I feel like a little kid because I get excited every time. I'm just like, oh my god, it's a lizard! Case in point, saw one earlier today when I got home from grocery shopping. It was very cute. I love lizards. I'd probably own a lizard if I could like actually manage to feed them. I don't do bugs well. I'm not good with bugs. But I always love lizards. The amount of times that like I've had to catch lizards, like, for people has been like really weird. Like once at school when I was growing up, a couple times at work when lizards would like accidentally get in. I've done it at home before too. Like same case where they accidentally get in. So it's like it's like if I had a nickel for every time I've had to capture a lizard, I'd have a few nickels. Which isn't much, but it's weird that it's happened so many times. Oh! Whoopsies. Did I miss the, like... Was I not paying attention to the time? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Hello? Oh, it's only 10 AM. That's fine. And it's rainy, so I don't need to worry about watering anything. Let's see, it's get sold. Save. This goes here. Did I need the ruby still? For that, like, one thing? Put it in my pockets, just in case. Caterpillar? Have you guys ever done that thing where, what's it called? You can, like, order the butterflies, like, online. Like, you get, like, the little caterpillars. And then you can, like, release them and stuff. I got to do one of those once. It was really interesting. Lots of fun. Because I had, like, a family friend that had ordered them for, like, some sort of class thing. And I don't know if they got, like, an extra and someone had, like, been like, oh, I'm not actually gonna do this, or if they just got an extra to give to someone else. I can't remember. But I ended up getting the extra one that they had. And it was very fascinating. Very interesting to watch, and it was really fun, like, releasing them. Oh, middle mist. Actually gonna toss this right outside the museum. Let me pick up that other thing. We're gonna pick up these, and we're gonna toss them right outside the museum. I have to identify it first. No! Get away from me. There we go. And we can come pick them back up later. Hello? Okay, it has the ruby. Okay, we did unlock it. Okay. Let's go back up. Because I really need more copper. So we'll work on gathering more copper. Gimme, gimme. Nice. Fishy. Okay, yeah, that needs to go to the museum. That's the other thing, is I need to do some, like, general fishing. Before the season changes, so we can try and catch what I'm missing. They should probably be doing some today because of the storm, but we're already here, so we're gonna do this. Gimme, gimme. Aha! Ow! I didn't think I was that close to it. Ah! Ah! Dang it. Do it again. That's what I thought. Oh, there's another fish over here. I can't tell if me passing out in the game was from, No, it can't be from the stamina, because normally, like, if you get low on stamina, you just can't do anything anymore. So it must have been I hit, like, the timer, right? It's not like the old Harvest Moon games, where if you lose all of your stamina, you, like, pass out. Where are these stairs? There they are. Me. Ah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here with that nonsense. I think Juniper likes the diamondback mirrors, so I want to give one of those to her at some point. Hey, fishy. Fishy fish? Fishy fish? Ooh, I hate eating one of those when, Ah, fuck it, we'll eat it. Oh, there's copper back there, I almost missed it. Nom 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 nom. Where are these stairs? They just like bypass them entirely? What's going on? Ah, aha. Sneaky, sneaky. Ouch. Yeah, get out of here. Oh my god, what is that? Scrap metal sword. What? 6? Oh. That's cool, but we'll probably end up having to sell it, because, my other thing is... sod. Ah. Okay, let's exit. Take this stuff to the museum. Let me, toss that really quick. Oh, we're still missing a fish. Looks like it's one of the big ones. Run! Quickly! I didn't realize how fast the horses are in this game, so I definitely need to get, like, a horse this time around when we get, like, livestock. Normally I don't get, normally I don't get the horses, like, in these games right off the bat. Oh, we need that snail. Because they're never, like... At least in some of the farming sims I've played in the past, they're never as fast as you, like, hope they'll be. It's been donated. I'm gonna give that to Juniper. Red toadstone, beans, two of those, one of these. Keep the rubies. Everything else should be fine. Wait, where am I putting the toadstools? Here? Let's see. These go in the other storage. This can go. Ah! Got it. Gimme. I'm gonna put these in this one. Chairs, tables, flooring, and wallpaper, lamps. Oh. One, 3, 6. I really want to use up some of this, like, stamina before we go to bed. Otherwise, I'll feel like I wasted it. I won't pass out again, I promise. Okay, we'll head in now. This here. We'll do some more, like, foraging tomorrow in game. Oh, cool. It'll be another stormy day in the game tomorrow, so we'll get a good chance to fish then. Copper fishing rod. Let me grab some of these seeds. 9. Oh, I need my watering can. So I guess, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma or whatever comes out, I think tomorrow? Still don't know if that's gonna be one I end up playing or not. I ended up not playing 5, which kind of sucked because I'm a really big, at least like old school Rune Factory fan. But God, dude, I was having this conversation the other day, and I'm just really not a fan of like some of these newer like Harvest Moon-esque games and farming sims that have that like super 3D model like look to everything that gets rid of like a lot of the old school like 2D textures and is like super overly saturated, so it looks like Genshin almost, but like it feels so empty and lifeless. I'm not a fan like at all, and that's why when I saw like Rune Factory 5, I was like, this literally like graphically, at least to me personally, looked like Garbo. Yeah, it looks like, and you compare that to like some of their older like 3D games, like Rune Factory 1 when it came to the Wii, and it had like all the 3D graphics. That game looks so gorgeous and beautiful. And like the same could be kind of said for like the PlayStation one that they released. That was like PlayStation 3, I think. It was like Ocean of Destiny or something like that, something close to that. I don't know what it is graphically in terms of like aesthetic and design, like the proper way to describe it. And like what the key difference is in terms of like how much of it might be like the 2D textures, I don't know, or like painted backgrounds. But they look so much more like full of life, like in the earlier ones versus like the 5th one. Which is just, it's such a strange like change to me. Like I'm trying to think of like I ended up not playing 5 because of that, because I couldn't get past it. And like that might be kind of like what's the word? Like surface level of me or something, for like not playing it because of like the graphics and stuff, but that's such a big part of the game, you know? And it's such a big part to not like. That's what really got me, no? I can't, like, I'm blanking on the word that I'm trying to think of. But, I don't know, it just looked bad, dude. It just looked bad. It looked like everything looked like plastic. And it felt so empty. It's not surface level, you're leveling a real critique of the game. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I just... especially if you look at the comparison between that and 4. And 4 was definitely more 2D because of, like, being on, like, the 3DS and stuff. And it had kind of this more, like, 8-bit look to it. With the character models still being 3D. But even that looked just so much better than like 5. And I like... So I was looking at Guardians of Azuma, which I think is like a more kind of spin-off-y title or something for Rune Factory, from what I like briefly glanced at article-wise. People say that graphics don't matter, or are liars, or what to discount what you say to defend their blind belief in a company selling them a lesser game, or want. Yeah, no, like... There comes a certain point where graphics do play like a very like heavy role in how much you may like the game, right? And like it kind of sucked because I really wanted to play 5, but I legitimately could not get over the graphics, and so I never bought it. I was like, there's no point because I'm gonna like think it's ugly the entire time I play it. And Guardians of Azuma looks slightly better, but it still kind of has that almost like fake plasticky Play-Doh look to it that I just like. It's like the like first like Harvest Moon games that they were making, and like not like first as in like the 1990s, but first as in like when the company like split off, like the devs split off from like the company and stuff, and Natsume kept the name and title and kept making like quote-unquote Harvest Moon games, but they weren't actually like from the same people. It was like entirely different like team. Those ones like looked so bad. Was the original Story of Seasons like that too? And they go like back and forth a lot. I'm really excited for Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, because Grand Bazaar was one of my favorite Harvest Moon games. So that'll be really, really exciting when that comes out. They have 5 games worth of experience, and they know what the fans want. No, exactly. Exactly. I don't understand it. I really don't. I can understand trying to branch out to try something new, but oh god. It just feels like you're like losing the heart of it after a while. Is it a re-release or something, or a callback? It's like a re-release, a remake of it essentially. And because the original is like a really old one that was on 3DS, not 3DS, DS, regular DS. It was like one of the first like DS Harvest Moon games. And it was one of my favorites. And I'm really excited to play it because they're like remaking it essentially. I don't know how much they're gonna change. Like, they changed the names for some of the characters, I think. It's been a while since I last looked. They completely changed the design for some of the characters, too. I think her name was, like, Daisy or something. They, like, completely changed her design. I kind of miss her old design. I thought it was, like, a little more fitting. But it's whatever. She wasn't one of my favorite characters anyway, so it doesn't matter, like, too much. But there were, like, some design decisions that they made with it that I was kind of like, okay, but why? Oh, my sister stopped playing those games in GBASP era, so I don't know anything about them. Yeah. It's just like a classic Harvest Moon game. That one was a lot of fun because you had, like, your own little, like, shop that you could run. So you were encouraged to, like, save the items you would get throughout the week instead of just, like, shipping them out. And then you'd sell them once a week at the little, like, market, the little bazaar that they had on, like, Saturdays, I think. Oh my god, what am I doing? Where's Dell? She's over there. It also had like a feature that I can't remember if it was entirely removed or just slightly changed in the English release. But like in the Japanese version, you could so you know how like in the Harvest Moon games you always have the bachelors and bachelorettes, and when you marry them they like move in or whatever. You could have like a quote-unquote like best friend ceremony or something with someone of like the same gender in that game, and then they'd like move in as your quote-unquote roommate. In the original Japanese release. I think in the English release they might have removed that like entirely. But it was always really funny because like it would be called like a quote-unquote best friend ceremony and they were roommates. And I liked that game a lot. They're introducing like 2 new characters with it as well, I think. And I'm looking forward to it. Is it screen controls, and do you need to press any buttons? I want to know if I can play it on my phone, LMAO. I think some of the old Harvest Moon games might have like phone versions. I don't know if Grand Bazaar had it, had one. History will remember them as roommates. No, exactly. that was like exactly how it was. And I'm excited for it because like I've been liking a lot of the remakes that they've been making. I haven't been a big fan of like their quote unquote new releases since like oh god, what was it? It was one of the earlier Story of Seasons that they made. Which one was it? Give me that list. No. Where is it? Oh my god, this list, please. No. What the heck are these? That's not what I'm looking for. Which one was it? The last Story of Seasons game that I really liked that wasn't a remake was the first, like, quote-unquote official Story of Seasons game. Trio of Towns was fine, and it was fun, but I liked the general designs, I think, and gameplay loop more in the, like, initial Story of Seasons. I had to, like, pull up their website so I could remember which one it was. Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons now? So it's a little confusing. Technically, they're still the same. But also, like, on a certain level, they're not. For a really long time, this group of game devs, and like this team worked for Natsume, making, like, they would release Harvest Moon under Natsume. And they eventually split off from Natsume, but Natsume kept the, like, IP or whatever, like the Harvest Moon, like, IP. And so they can't name their games Harvest Moon anymore. So I always like to call, like, anything that's like a quote-unquote Harvest Moon game now as like the rip-off Harvest Moon. Because it's like, it hasn't been the same quality at all for a really long time. And it's really interesting if you go back and play like the first like quote-unquote Harvest Moon game that Natsume made after this dev group like split off from them. Bro, it is a fucking mess. It is the worst quote-unquote Harvest Moon game I've ever played, and so since then I've been like, that's the ripoff series. Is Mineral Town a top-tier Harvest Moon game? Oh god. That's like one of the original ones, isn't it? I feel like it depends on who you ask. I never played a whole bunch of Mineral Town, so I cannot say for certain. My favorites are, I mentioned this before, I think in a previous stream, but my favorites are the Wii ones, the like first quote unquote Story of Seasons game, and then like Grand Bazaar. Oh my god, I have too many tabs open. Oh Jesus. Yeah, my sister played it in the GC one. Yes. So those games were made by like the original team and devs, right? That team and devs split off from Natsume. Natsume kept the IP, and so because they couldn't call it Harvest Moon anymore, they started calling it Story of Seasons. And it's really funny seeing the difference in like quality between the first like Story of Seasons game that came out and the first quote unquote Harvest Moon game that came out after the devs, like this team split off from Natsume. The difference is so huge. Just like rip off Harvest Moon game now. And so I feel like it gets kind of confusing. But generally, if I say Harvest Moon and if I say Story of Seasons, I'm talking about like the same team. At least when I'm talking about it, because I don't like the how the Harvest Moon IP is now. It is not my cup of tea whatsoever. Doing here. Actually, you could save that because I don't think it's used for much. Tree of Tranquility or the animal one on the Wii? Oh god. Tree of Tranquility was my very first Harvest Moon game, so it has a very, very special place in my heart. And I love it so much. Animal Parade, though, is like, in my opinion, what they wanted Tree of Tranquility to be, hence why it has like all of the same characters. So Animal Parade, I think, is like default the best one in my book. I really want to play it on stream at some point. I'll have to find a way. Because oh my god, I love that game so much. Sorry, big yawn. What was I doing? These are flowers. This goes here. These go in resources. This goes here. Oh my god. I have the Story of Seasons main page pulled up in the background in this alternate tab, and it's cycling through the different games, and it has like this little leaf effect across the screen, and all I could see out of the corner of my eye was the movement, and I deadass thought there was like a bug on my screen for a second. I got like scared. I was like, what is that? Get it out of here. I also still hold the belief that like the Wii games had like the best character design. But again, I am biased. I'm like super fucking biased. The story games are so expensive on Steam. Let me see. Steam. Oh, they did put a lot of them on Steam. Oh my god. Pioneers of Olive Town, dude. Pioneers of Olive Town also had that graphical like aesthetic that I can't stand. Like I couldn't play it, dude. I couldn't play it. Like I played a little bit of it and I just couldn't stick with it. It wasn't for me. And I really didn't like how the characters looked in it. They looked like very like modern day, and usually when I play like my Harvest Moon games or Story of Seasons games, I'm expecting something slightly more fantasy-like themed. Yeah, they are pretty expensive. They're like full-priced games. Friends of Mineral Town. Do they not have... They really need to put the original Story of Seasons game on here, so I don't... You know what? Let me add Grand Bazaar to my wish list while I'm on here. Yeah, see, Grand Bazaar, gorgeous. Looks absolutely phenomenally, like, gorgeous in terms of, like, the graphics and, like, the background design. Like, that's what the old Rune Factory games used to look like. Which, again, because we kind of got off the topic of the Rune Factory games. Guardians of Azuma still kind of has a little bit of, like, that look from 5 in it, and so I'm still not sure if it's something that I actually want to play. I love the character designs in it a lot, but it's the graphics, man. I can't get past the graphics. Why would I ever buy that when I could buy Mistria, Stardew, or Sun and Moon? Yeah, it just depends on what you like. I'm a huge, like, Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons fan, so for me it would be like a worth it purchase if it's one of the ones I like a lot. Let me go take this to Juniper, and then we'll chop down more of the stuff around the farm. Yeah, I hope they have, like, really, really cute outfits this time in Grand Bazaar, too, because sometimes they'll have, like, really cute outfits in the game, even though they're, like, a pain in the ass to make. Okay, she's still up here. Dozy! Contrary to this name, Dozy appears to be wide awake. No, Dozy is sleeping right now. What do you want about? Let's keep it down. Dozy's had a long day. Hey, you stop overworking Dozy. Oh, did she not really care about it that much? She had, like, her basic reaction to it. I thought that was one of the items she liked. Ah, that's such a waste. Oh well. I love Elsie's design. I love her outfits for, like, each season. She's such a, like, fashionista. Grandma can't get it. She's a little bit of a player. Like, if you talk with her, she always talks about her old romances and stuff. She's like the cool aunt that I would have wanted growing up, to be honest. The wine aunt. Oh my god, there's so much shit everywhere. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's see. Navigating this farm is a nightmare. That's it. That's it. Get up on the fridge. Get up there. This house is a fucking nightmare. Literally, like, one of my favorite vines. I miss Vine. I will forever mourn the loss of Vine. Yeah, maybe I'll play a little bit of ZZZ later. I'm like still thinking about it a little bit. My brain's a little scattered right now, to be honest. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just kind of having a day, you know? It's the ADHD brain. Just a tiny bit scattered. Usually I have like my lists and that helps me. But it's a little different on stream when I'm like actively talking about stuff. Just because I feel like my brain gets pulled in a lot of different places at once when I'm streaming. Which is like sometimes I have like a little bit of a hard time like talking a lot. Sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. And part of that is because like it's hard for me to do like the talking and the playing of the games at once. Because usually when I'm playing, I'm also thinking like, okay, what am I currently doing? What am I going to be doing next? Brain beat all over the place. ZZZ, I get to like, for the most part, kind of just turn my brain off and like, bam, 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 whoosh, shing, like attack stuff, you know? Literally just click buttons. Click buttons fast. That's it. Oh. I didn't mean to pick up that one patat like that. I'm gonna save more of those tulips because I think quite a few of the like flower recipes I really like have like a lot of tulips in them. And I want to be able to make a lot of them. Okay, today is fishing day. Oh my god, it's a mess over here. Okay, we'll go fishing in the game today, and then tomorrow we'll repair some more of the farm and get it like cleaned up a bit more. That up. Oh my god. He's armored. Relic crab. What a cute little crab. Oh, that reminds me, one of like my favorite little things when I would go to the beach, even now as an adult, is like these little sand crabs. I forget what their exact name is. Ooh, mackerel. But like they just burrow a few inches below the top of the sand along like the surf. As like the waves go in and out. And they were always so much fun to like kind of dig up and like hold in my hands and then like let them go back. Because they don't really have like pincers to like pinch you or anything. I think are they sand fleas? Is that what they're called? Hold on. Let me look it up. Please. Yeah, Emerita. Small genus of decapod crustaceans known as mole crabs, sand fiddlers, sand fleas, or sand crabs. They're very cute. They're super round. I love them. I love to like dig them up and then like hold them for like 2 minutes and then put them back. Even though I know I'm like disturbing their entire life. Just like imagine some like giant reaching out of the sky, pulling the roof open on your house and like pulling you out and then just being like, hello. Emerita? It's Emerita. Emerita. You could look up mole crabs too. God, not the monkeys. Not the monkeys, please. I can't. Not the monkeys. Boop. Sardine. You pick those up, they look like parasites. No, they're actually really cute. They're like round little pebbles. The bottom side of them is not so cute, but the top side of them is very cute. They look like little pebbles. Smooth little pebble. Oh, to be a smooth pebble. I like to like pick them up and like go up to people that are with me if I'm with people at the beach and be like, okay, open your hands. Like dump them in their hands. Literally one of those kinds of kids. I swear I'm not finding any of the like special stormfish. We might have to go to like the rivers and stuff. LMAO Menace to Society, yeah. They're really cute too, cause like when you pick them up, cause I always hold them in like a little scooped in my hands, right? They try to like burrow a little bit like against your hands, and it's like really ticklish, cause they don't have any pincers, and like it like it's not sharp at all, right? It literally just kind of feels like someone like poking at your hands a lot. I don't know. I have a fond spot for them, a little soft spot. Those and like sand dollars. I'd always go like hunting for like sand dollars along the coast. Whenever I go to like the beach. I've had like a oh my god, this fish turning around as soon as I get over here. I've had some good luck with finding sand dollars. Never forget the time as a little kid I went to the beach. And I was like eating like this little bag of Cheez-Its while, because this was like a family camping trip kind of thing that we would do yearly. And we had just gotten there and I was excited to go down to the beach. So my mom let me take this little snack bag of like Cheez-Its with me, and I didn't go super far out because I was still pretty young. Never forget having them stolen from me by seagulls. I just wanted the Cheez-Its. I just wanted the Cheez-Its. The seagulls had other plans. There was also a time where, like, on a separate occasion when I went, to, like, the beach. Like that. I had, like, a little, like, seagull circus going. Because this is when I was young, and, like, we'd feed them, right? Like, you're not supposed to feed them. And nowadays, I'll be like, no, don't feed them. But this was when I was young, and I liked feeding them. And so I'd feed them, like, crackers and shit you're not supposed to. And, oh, koi. Right there. There was, like, one time when we went, and there were, like, a bunch of seagulls that obviously are used to being fed by people, right? That would, like, fly up to the little camp area. And... oh, big yawn. At one point, I also had another little, like, bag of, like, snackies on me that were, like, crackers. There were probably, like, something like Cheez-Its again. Because I don't think they were, like, wheat thins or chips or anything. And I was, like, waiting for something, but they were all hanging around, like, cawing at me for the, like, the crackers. And so I just remember, like, sitting on, like, the rocks, because there was, like, all these rocks around that section. And I'd, like, throw a Cheez-It at one of them, and it would, like, sit there and wait for it, and, like, try to catch it. And then, like, others would show up, and so I just had, like, this flock of seagulls on all these rocks. And they'd wait to have, like, a Cheez-It thrown at them. They'd jump up to try and catch it every time. And they'd just, like, wait patiently to have them thrown at them. I always love going to the beach. Now that it's summer, I need to like go again. It's been so long. I don't think I got like any of the stormfish, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. God, there's this one place I'd go to on the beach too that was like one of those beach boardwalk kind of like areas. And they'd have like giant, like they called them like Texas donuts or something. Oh my god, I loved those so much. They were my favorite thing to get, and I'd get them like when we would be done for the day, like when I was younger. When my mom and I would be going home. Let me see what I can save in here. She would like let me get one of those, and at the time I was like really young, and so it would be like as big as my head, and it was like the best thing ever. They're still really big. What's a Texas donut? It's literally just like that's like the joke of it being like really big. It's not a donut from Texas. It's literally just a really big donut. It's like everything's supposed to be big in Texas or whatever. So it would be like your normal size, like glazed, sugar glazed like donut, but then like times it by like 3 or 4. Just a really massive donut, dude. We'll save the tuna. can go, tuna can go. Sardine can save. Goby can go. I feel like we should save one of the mackerels. Bluegill can go. Smallmouth bass can go. Trout can go. It's always so hard for me to tell what fish to save. So I end up selling like a majority of them because it's not like I even make the dishes that often, but it's kind of nice to have them just in case. Right, I didn't miss any, right? Not gonna lie, that doesn't sound appealing well, so much bread. No, it's like... So it's pastry dough, right? So it's not exactly bread. It's like sweet. And donuts are meant to be like... pretty, not flaky, but like light, right? And like airy, in a way. So these things are like really airy. And just like covered in sugar. And they were right up my alley as a kid. I love them so much. I haven't had one in so long because like my stomach can't really handle that much sugar anymore. I'll get sick really fast. I love them so much. I've honestly just kind of had donuts on the brain this week. Because I've been watching a lot of like the Try Guys, like Keith Eats, at like different places. And so seeing them get all the like the sweet like fair food, not the greasy stuff, but the like sweet stuff, has me just like, oh, I want fried sweets so bad. I have a like massive sweet tooth. Thank God. Oh, wrong direction. I kind of wish there was a way to like pause time when you're like decorating things in this game. Because I'm so indecisive that it can be like really hard for me to like get stuff done in like a day. Or to like plan things out. Or I'll like something 1 second and then be like, actually, and then want to change it. Okay, we'll gather stuff on this side again. Since it's like the end of the month in the game. Me too, in Stardew Co-op. Yeah, literally. I know you were talking about that before, like how it doesn't pause at all. That's just like so stressful. Literally having to like second guess everything you do. Arithia! If I don't plan beforehand, it gets hectic and bad. Yeah, exactly. Anchovy? I'm not a big fan of anchovies, like on pizza. I know some people really like anchovies on pizza. I'm not a fan of it. But then again, I think I've mentioned it before. I'm not a big fish, like fan of fish, just to be honest. Like in general. So it makes sense. Yeah, no, I feel like in this game, like, when you actually try to sit down and decorate stuff, it takes forever. And, like, before you know it, the day is done. And I'm like, oh my god, I didn't have enough time to, like, do all the things I wanted. I can now understand the Friday nights at the inn thing because I recently joined this, like, little mini, like, unofficial art group thingy in my area. And they meet at the last Friday of, like, every month. And I got to go to my first meeting recently. And that was really fun, but also, like, a little bit stressful. I think that's just the weird social, like, anxiety and awkwardness, like, kicking in when I say that. It was a lot of fun. I was so exhausted after, though. My social battery was just, like, completely gone, like, obliterated. Is it with friends? The person that invited me into it was, like, kind of a friend / acquaintance. I don't know. I would consider them a friend. I don't know if they'd consider me a friend. We didn't get to talk a, like, whole bunch when we went to, like, classes together. But it was, like, an open invitation to, like, everyone in the class. And it came at, like, the perfect time for me because I needed something like that to, like, kind of expand my network and stuff. So a lot of the people in it are people that I hadn't known before. So we're all kind of, like, acquaintances, which, again, just kind of makes it more stressful. But I had a really good time at the first meeting, and I felt like I got to, like, learn a lot and ask a lot of questions, which was nice. And got some, like, direction and feedback on some of my art stuff. So I have a good idea of, like, what I can work on now. What did you do there? So it's like a little, like, meetup once a month where we talk about, like, our current goals, like, what we did that month. Did we reach our goals for that month? What have like our accomplishments been? Blah blah blah. And I was, like, super new, so I was, like, hella stressed, honestly. Even though it really wasn't, like, a stressful event kind of thing. I was just like, oh my god, new people. I've never met before. So it's like, I get really socially anxious and awkward. But on top of that, they do this thing called, like, one rose and one thorn, from, like, the month, essentially. That's, like, maybe something that got in the way of your progress, or, like, and then, like, something, that you accomplished or that helped, or things like that. And, oh god, what was, like, after that? I'm trying to remember, because when I get really stressed, I kind of, like, blank out. It's it's like blacking out without actually blacking out. Because I'll say something. It's like going up to do a presentation. Whenever I have to do a presentation, I'll go up there, I'll be fine, I'll be a little bit nervous, but I'll present, and then I'll sit back down. I'll be like, I have no recollection of, like, the past 5 minutes. I don't know what I just said. Don't ask me any questions. I won't know how to answer it because I don't know what just came out of my mouth. Because I'm like so stressed. But it was mostly just, like, a lot of, like, generic kind of, like, art stuff that we talked about. Going over, like, current goals, things that got in the way of those goals. Since it was, like, my first time there, it was all, like, really new to me, honestly. Stays, this goes here, this goes here. And, like, there's usually like we were there for like a good long time. I thought it would only be like maybe an hour, and it started at like, what was it? 6:30, and we were there till like almost 9, I think. I was not expecting it to go that long. But they usually choose like 2 people to be in what's called like the hot seat, which is the focus of the meetup ends up becoming something focused like on those 2 people in the hot seat, where they talk more at length about things they're currently working on, what they've achieved, and what they're trying to achieve. And then if they have any questions or things like that, they can get feedback. Like one guy that was there, his art is primarily like fantasy based, and he does a lot of like gothic, like skeleton type stuff that makes me think of like Elden Ring. And he was saying how he's having like a little bit of a dilemma right now because some of his art has been leaning slightly more like political, and he enjoys making that kind of art, and he wants to like kind of make more of it, or thinks he wants to make more of it. But the struggle of like, okay, is this gonna be like monetarily like viable for him, for example? Because this is like a grown dude, husband with a wife and a kid, and so he's like, is this something though that I can still market compared to like my current work? Because it's like when people on YouTube like rebrand, and then they have, or even on Twitch, and they have to like rebuild all of like their fan base. Like you'll have like the core fans that'll stick around, but then you'll have the people that's like, well, I'm not really a fan of this content, so I'm not gonna watch or partake anymore, right? So that's kind of the dilemma he was facing. Where it's like, okay, do I try to take the risk and make more art that is like more leaning into the political of like the things I want to talk about or have things to say about, or do I want to keep doing the same thing I'm doing because it's like safe, right? And then there was like another guy that like really wants to get into like character design. And so they were talking about like pointers on what to focus on and like what to look for, who to contact, things like that. It was really useful for me, especially because like I feel like I struggle in my art a lot with like color and shading, and it's like something that I've slowly gotten better at, and I feel like my PNGTUBER is like a good example of like ways I've like gotten better and yet could still be better at the same time. And I know that like color and shading is my weakest point in art, because a lot of my art has always been like focused on line work, and I'm a big fan of like details, and so I'm very weak in terms of like lighting and light sources, and color. And I was feeling like it was mostly just like color that I was struggling a lot with, because I get like really frustrated with color, and I'll often like overthink it, because I'll like, it's not only about like what colors I'm picking, because I have a good idea of like the color wheel and what works and what doesn't, right? But the like actual practice of coloring, as silly as it sounds, isn't something that I'm like super experienced in. Because usually with my ADHD brain, I'd get tired of something after I do the line work of it, and so I wouldn't color it. And so the actual like process, because there's so many different ways in which you can color something, right? You could do like a more painterly style with digital art, or you could use like a fill tool or things like that. There's like so many different options of ways to do it, and I would often have like a hard time deciding on something for myself, right? I'd see how others, like other artists, do this thing, and I'd be like, oh, I really like how they do this, so I want to do that. But then I get like really caught up in the mindset of, oh, well, this doesn't look like what they did though. Like it doesn't look as nice. And then I get like really frustrated. And so that's like a personal practice thing that I'm working on for myself, is trying to focus less on like what other people do and more on like what I can do and developing that further. But it was also a little bit relieving because they were like saying that you know, I feel like I personally have a weak grasp on color. Like I struggle with it a lot. But they were saying that like, oh, my color looks fine, it's the values, right? Like the value of color that I choose. The hue and saturation and things like that. Which makes a lot of sense because like I said before, lighting is one of my like weakest points, lighting and shading. When it comes, oh, I missed the Friday night at the end again. God damn it. See, this is what happens. I get talkative and then I forget. I gotta get distracted. It's okay, it'll go to the next one. But oh god. Oh my god. But yeah, big L. That's what I was saying, like I have a hard time doing both talking and playing the game. He's gonna be ready in time? I don't know if these are gonna be ready in time. Find out, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if these are gonna be ready in time. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. Oh, it's a Saturday market too. Go check it out. Ollie Wally! Ollie Wally Wally! But I got some really good direction in terms of that and like things to work on, and like this group consists of like people with a ton of different backgrounds within like the art sphere. So like one of the people in the group, because not a lot of people could attend this time, there were only like 5 of us there this time, and there's at least like 10 people in the group, I think, like in total. There are people in the group that are like professional artists that attend like conventions. There are people that have worked on like games and do like game development for like concept art. They're like, one of our guys that was there this time is like a teacher for art. And then there's like a few people that work in galleries. So there's like a wide range of different backgrounds there, which was really nice. Slime. So it made it so I could get some like really good like feedback, especially from the guy that's like a teacher. Because he was able to like help me see like what I was struggling with without like just like telling me. He'd be like, okay, like first step is identifying like that something is the matter, right? He was kind of like, you know, a lot of people usually struggle with even identifying what's wrong, but you can tell that it feels like something's wrong here. So he like from there was just like, okay, in that case, what feels wrong with it? Like, what is the thing that stands out to you that makes it feel wrong or incorrect or not what you want it to be? Because I had like a little example work that I did with printmaking, and printmaking is a little bit different than like digital art. in terms of like applying ink. But from that conversation, I was able to kind of like, with their help, deduce that I'm having like a really hard time with values, and distinguishing values, in a way that like makes things more easily readable. So that's something that like usually at the end of the meeting we make like a SMART goal or something like that, which I wrote down what it stands for somewhere. And it's like, I can't remember if it's SMART goal or something else, but it's something similar to that, where like each of the letters means something. So I have a goal set up for the next time that's like things I want to work on this month to have for when we next meet up. To say that like I've accomplished and stuff. And so I'd like to do like more value studies. Which I will have to do like outside of stream. Yesterday I was like super kind of lazy. Super kind of lazy. Where I started out like a good portion of the day just like wanting to relax. And that's really hard for my brain to do a lot of the time. I feel like guilty for relaxing. And so I didn't get a whole lot like done on the Monday. But I have like my schedule for this week of like things I'd like to get done. So like hopefully around stream, I can like start tackling those things. Including doing my little value studies. I'd like to do like some art streams, I feel like, in the future too. To get more used to like working at my desk. Because usually when I work on art, I feel most comfortable when I'm like on the couch. And I need to like get used to like sitting at a desk to work on that stuff, I feel like. Because I think it would be better for like my posture and body. Plus then I can actually work from like my computer and not like my iPad and stuff. Because usually I do stuff on my iPad. I'm picking up a lot of like mystery artifacts in here. Where'd that rock come from? Oh my god, he's hopping towards me. Get away from me. Ow! Bitch. Do it again. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. I want to sell that cave shroud. Don't really want to get rid of it. We'll have to get rid of the wood again. Give me the unidentified artifact. Dang it, it's not the fish I need. But yeah, so essentially the moral of the story is I like actually kind of get like the little Friday like meetup thingies that they have in the game now. I'm like, oh, I essentially do that now. I do something similar now. Let me use the spell. They play D&D though? Oh my god. I feel like it'd be really chaotic to do like D&D with this group. Like really fun, but also really chaotic. I can 100%, like I'm pretty sure some of the people in it like actively play D&D. That might be a bit much. It's already a long meeting. They're art students, of course they do. Well, they're not all art students. I think only like a few of us are actually like art students in it. Like I said, there's like people that actually work like professionally within different industries in it. I was really surprised when I went. I thought there'd be more people like a little bit closer to like my age range of like student-ish. But no, like a majority of the people that were there were like what seemed like early to late 30s, if not early 40s, almost. You've yapped this entire time, but not once have I seen you in the mines. Promises made, promises kept. I was literally just in the mines. I was just in there. I was just in there. I have all the ore to prove it. 27 ore. That's a lot. It's not really. It's not really a lot. I got other stuff. I picked up other stuff in there. Oh shit, I need to like actually drop that off at the museum. We must run back. This is what I mean, I get distracted. This is why I'm like I can't talk and stream at the same time. I yap and get no work done. This is why teachers moved me away from people in class. They'd be like, she's a yapper, mover. Prove it, show the VOD. Hey, listen, I save it all on YouTube. Just gotta go over there. Let me see. I got 2 of that one artifact. That sucks. Icky. Icky poo poo. Icky poop caca. They didn't even have the decency to give me a new artifact with that one. Wait, where is the... I'm confused. Where did it go? Oh, I can't pick up the shirt right now. There we go. Twitch not saving VODs forever anymore is blah. No, literally. I was actually kind of surprised when I came back and I saw, because like it used to be that they'd at least save it for like 7 days when you were like still starting out, I think. If I remember correctly. And then I noticed that they weren't saving it at all. And it's like, okay, how do you expect to actually get like exposure then? Because I feel like if I was someone that was going through people's streams and I missed their stream time, then I would want to look at like their old VODs to see if it's someone that I'd actually want to watch. Especially for like new streamers, right? If you've been doing it for a while, I guess it like I think it saves them for at least a little bit if you're like affiliate or whatever, right? It all happens off Twitch nowadays. Yeah. Big bleh. Big bleh. I was like low-key seeing a lot of people like freaking out, being like, oh my god, we gotta move to Kick now. I don't know if I'd move. Like, I feel like I'd just like do another dual cast kind of thing, right? But like people freaking out about that because of like some of the like political drama going on or something. There's like 0 exposure available to new people on Twitch. Yeah. If anything, you just stream on YouTube to YouTube, I guess. Yeah. That's it. I have it up on YouTube too. I like to use YouTube, especially like for streaming, for like saving all my VODs. I put it in like a little playlist. It's so nice. I can always like revisit it if I really want to. But I like the activity in Twitch too. I feel like it can be kind of hard to get like activity on YouTube as well. That might just be the newbie like rough patch, you know? I really want to play some ZZZ. We'll get through this month in the game, and then it's not political. It's just that Kick is owned by a gambling website. It just so happens that the worst people in the entire world often also have shitty political beliefs. Well, I'm talking more about some of the Twitch like ad quote unquote adpocalypse going on right now that people are like really concerned about on Twitch. and it like having some people like consider moving over to Kick because of it. Because certain streamers that are like more politically leaning streamers have gotten into like some trouble. To the point that they've been like mentioned on like live news broadcasting. I thought Kick didn't have any moderation rules or something. Yeah, the moderation there is like super like lax too. But yeah, there's like a lot of people are worrying about like a potential adpocalypse on like Twitch again because like actual like ad revenue and ads on Twitch have been so shitty lately for like a lot of the bigger streamers. To the point that they're like considering moving over to like Kick. It's like getting a splinter and deciding to cut your hand off, LMAO. No, literally. It makes me think of like when people were like, oh my god, like people on Twitter fleeing to like Tumblr and shit before they all moved to like Blue Sky. and like people on Tumblr being like having to be like, you guys, this isn't Twitter. The website works completely differently. Like, guys, please. Yeah, they were like freaking out about something with Twitter, or like I can't even remember what it was because it was so long ago now. But literally acting like the world was ending. That absolute drugs of society prowl within the chat rooms of Kick. No, literally. That's why, like, on one hand, I could see, like, if a lot of people moved over to it, I could see, why you may, like, dual cast there, right? But I don't think I'd make it, like, my main streaming site, right? Like, if something happened with Twitch, I'd probably just try to move fully to YouTube. But I feel like that's how a lot of these things go. Like, it's a lot of just, like, trends and changes and people freaking out. Oh my god, I was watching, like... So, I've been kind of keeping up on what I can on, like, the Johnny Somali stuff. And, like, all of that, like, drama. With, like, a lot of, like, nuisance streamers finally getting, like, their comeuppance, essentially. And I didn't know about this thing that happened back in December with someone else. It was just, like, someone that I like watching React content from was, like, reacting to a video about it. Of, like, this guy in the US, and I'm blanking on his name, like, his, handle and all of that right now. Literally, like, getting prison time because he was doing, like, quote-unquote practical jokes. Oh my god, someone's playing music so loud in our apartments right now. That were, like, actually, like, pretty dangerous. Including, spraying, like, fucking bug spray all over, like, produce at, like, Walmart. And like, facing, like, 9 years for, like, that shit. Which, good, because that's, like, hella fucking dangerous. Total buffoon, that man, Vitalia too. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was, streaming on TikTok would be better than Kick. Oh god, but, like, TikTok's restrictions, too. I'm not a big TikTok fan, personally. Oh god. I was, like, talking with... Oh, I need to go to, like, sleep. I was, talking with my friend when she was over recently, about the Johnny Somali stuff. And she's normally someone that, like, isn't as chronically online as I am. And so usually, like, she loves, like, drama tubing stuff. But is usually in like a different realm of like content than I am with it, where like a lot of like the drama stuff I tend to watch is like more VTubing and gaming related. She came over recently and we ended up getting to talking about it. And the fact that she knew immediately what I meant with the Johnny Somali stuff was like great. Gotta like, I think I need the hoe for those. But anyway, we were talking about it and I was just like, you know, at first it was like really entertaining to see him get like his karma for like the shit he's done, you know? But it's getting to the point where it's like honestly just kind of sad. Like, I legitimately think he just has, like, some really bad issues, and, especially with, like, drinking. Because he just, like, every time he is allowed to drink, he makes things, like, 10 times worse for himself, and acts like a total idiot. Like, hardcore alcohol problems, right? And it's sad that it feels like prison is going to be the only way to potentially get him clean, you know? Like, it's sad that it has to come to that point, that you have to be such a person. But, like, if you're gonna go around and do shit like that, you gotta be aware of, like, the consequences, you know? You gotta be willing to, like, face those consequences. For my actions, it's more likely than you think. Bread hugging is the worst form of pranks I tolerate. And that's not bad. Yeah. What's the bread hugging? Do I want to know? Should I be scared? Is it like them chucking bread at people, or is it like something actually kind of like inappropriate? On TikTok it's funny. But yeah, like this dude that was spraying like bug spray, like this is like the powerful bug spray, right? Like it wasn't Raid, but it was like one of those like ant and like spider killer type like bug sprays. This guy that was doing that also had other videos of himself online doing quote unquote pranks, and they were all just like hella malicious, dude. Like, I'm like, that's not funny, that's not a prank. Grow up. Fucking grow up. A prank is like actually something funny that the person being pranked can also laugh about. Like, they heck bread into a stranger's cart. For some reason they get so mad. Oh my god. Like, if someone did that to me, I'd literally be like, pardon? Like, hello? Hello? Can you take this back, please? Well, they're mostly confused. Yeah. I'd be so confused, dude. I'd be like, what? Is this free? But like this guy, like one of the other like quote unquote pranks he did was walking into like a fast food place and going up to the fryer, like just walking into the back, right? Having the gall to do that. And then going up to the fryer and pouring a whole fucking bag of ice into the fryer. And like, that's so fucking dangerous, dude. Like, it's not even funny. The dangers of that, like, the fact you can easily cause a fire from that is insane. Like, you don't mess with oil like that. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? That's not a prank. That's not fucking funny. I generally am someone that doesn't like quote-unquote pranks, because I feel like what a lot of people consider pranks aren't actually funny. I think it's a prank if, like, both parties can laugh about it, right? Like, in the end. And if, like, one person isn't laughing, or, like, someone gets hurt, like, that's not... Or, like, has the potential to get hurt, I don't really think that's a prank, personally. I think that's just you being a fucking asshole. Anything for clout? No, literally. That's literally how they think. It's, like, so... What the fuck is wrong with you? It sucks, too, because, like... It makes me wonder if those people even realize that, like, they're quote-unquote, like, fans, right? Like, the people that they get from the clout chasing. It makes me wonder if they even realize that those aren't actually, like, real fans, you know? Like, those aren't people that are gonna have your back. Those are, like, people who are also just assholes. Oh my god, I'm yapping a lot today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like yapping maybe too much. Oh my god. I see you hiding back there. Come here. This is one of the special bugs. I think it's one of the rare ones. I don't think it's one of the legendary ones. I think it's one of the rare ones. Both the frogs can go in there. Come here. Yeah, flower crown beetle. Nah, those are the fans that won't give one damn if their content creator is in trouble. No, exactly. Exactly. Johnny Somali is a great, like, example of that, right? Like, the people that were his quote-unquote fans don't give a fucking shit that, like, he's facing, like, 30 years in prison. If anything, they think it's, like, fucking hilarious, you know? Rock bass. Sometimes I've considered fishing. Like, in real life. I don't know, though. I don't know if I'd have, like, the patience for it. Or if I did, like, I'd be, like, distracted with something else, and then I wouldn't pay attention to it, and then I'd miss the fish. I call those types of fans the lowest common denominator. They're the ones that repost it on Facebook commenting, "Bwahaha." No, literally. Literally. You're so right, though. Yeah, sometimes seeing the fish in this game, this is, like, off topic from the previous topic, but, I always end up wondering, like, would I actually enjoy fishing? Is that something... Which is really funny for me to say that, because, again, I'm not a big fan of fish. Like, I shouldn't be out fishing if I'm not gonna eat the fish, right? It's, like... I think it's the calming practice of it, right? Because, like, for a lot of people, fishing is, like, very, like, calming. I think it's just being near the water, like, makes me happy. I remember trying it once as a kid. When I went to, like, this one big lake. On another, like, family camping trip kind of thing. And my mom is not someone who is into fishing whatsoever. And so she really wasn't all that keen on actually trying it. She was like, okay, we can go to the water and, like, we'll stay by the water for, like, 30 minutes. And while we're there, you can try to fish. Never got anything. But I did see a, God, is it a crawfish or a crayfish? Like a crawdad? Crawdad? Yeah, I saw, like, when I was doing that, I got distracted, like, mid quote-unquote fishing. Because this, like, crawdad was, like, crawling around on the rock right under the water. And so I got, like, really close to the edge and was just, like, staring at it the entire time. Just catch and release. Yeah, that's true. But you gotta be careful, because, like, if you're using, like, hooks, right? They can still get, like, stuck in the fish. Like, if the fish swallows it, that can be, like, really bad for the fish. And they usually, like, don't survive that for very, very long. Which is unfortunate. If I had, like, if it was, like, one of these games where you could fish and then just, like, immediately sell it to someone else, that'd be fun. Oh my god, that's a big fish. Ew! Ew! Come here! No, not that one. I want the big one. Come back here! Come back here! Yes. Yes. Ah, hell yeah, paddlefish. Cool, I can turn that into. Yeah, if it was like this game where you could like literally like turn and sell it to someone, I feel like that'd be like really fun. I'd probably enjoy that, but I'd also, again, probably get like really distracted by something else. I like completely forget about the fishing rod. I used to have a friend. Oh yeah, it was one of the legendary insects. The last time I played on my last save, I saw this one right here is like a snail. And it's a super speedy snail. I think it's literally just called Speedy Snail. And it's like hella fucking fast. And I managed to catch it, and I was like so proud of myself. Oh, we're missing one river fish. That's really annoying. I don't even... That might be like a nighttime fish. I don't know. Yeah, there's some more fish up here, so I can try a bit. Yeah, I used to have a friend, like in elementary school, whose parents went fishing a lot. I don't even know what their jobs were, to be honest, because it felt like every single time I go over, even on like the weekdays, to like visit, her parents would like be out fishing, and like that's great, you know, like do what you love. I feel like that'd be so much fun to just go and hang out. But I always wondered. I was always like, I wonder what they do, because I feel like I only ever see them fishing. Slumlords? No. Housing moguls? No. Nah. They weren't like that. I think they rented too. I don't even think they owned that house. I think they were renting it. I know exactly what you're talking about though, because for a really long time, wrong thing. For a really long time, I lived in like a rented house when I was growing up, and the people who owned the house had lived on the same block, had like the nicest house on the block, right? And over the years started like essentially buying every single house that was on that block that they could get their hands on, and the houses across the street. So they 100% became like hardcore slumlords. It was like really shitty. My mom did not like them, like at all. And we have like family that like lived on the same street too. And we just know that they're like waiting for that family to like pass on or move out. So they can try and like sneak in on it. And we're both just like, that's not fucking happening over our dead bodies. Like if anything, that is a house that will like stay in the family kind of thing. Thank you, Ollie. This in there, this goes in there. The pike. Okay, let's see. These go here. Oh my god, this field's a mess. Let me like get rid of some of these rocks up here. I think there's this one game I like to play a lot that I play a lot on my phone. I feel like it would be fun to do like a chill stream of it at some point on stream. Just for fun. I used to see people play it occasionally on stream. And it's like Kingdom 2 Crowns. It's the second game. It's so much fun. I've been playing it on my phone a lot. I usually play it before bed. And I love that game so much. I hated that shit so much. What? Kingdom 2 Crowns? I played it on Steam and it felt like such a big waste of my time. I beat it. On my library. You're so valid for that. I go back and forth with it. I like the game a lot, but I have to be in the mood to play it. I have some times where I'm like, okay, I spent a lot of time playing this game. I don't want to like touch it for like another 6 months. But like usually when I do start playing it, I just play it a ton on like my phone. It's a good way to pass time, especially when I want to turn my brain off. I like the more recent like updates that they've had over the past year, where they added the like Greek themed one, like the Roman themed one or whatever. The DLC, yeah. My favorite one that I like the looks of, I think like among the most, is the Nordic one. So I've been playing that one a lot. And I'm almost done beating it. Because I initially played all of them on like easy, and then I'm going through on like normal, and then I'd like to do like a different playthrough each time when I play it on my phone. Let me see. I wanted to save the game because I think I want to play a little bit of ZZZ on stream today. And we're at like the 2-hour mark, and it's the new season in game, so I think it would be a good chance to like take a break there for a minute. Let me go use the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, the in Kingdom Two Crowns, you saw when you played there was a Japanese one, a snow one or something. Yeah, so they have like the base game that was like the first one, and oh my god, those graphics have not aged well. But that one is like, I feel like kind of boring compared to all the other ones, like the DLC ones now. I almost never play that one anymore. They have the Japanese one, and then I think after the Japanese one, they made the, oh my god, what's it called? Like Land's End sort of like one or whatever. That's like a completely like, well, not completely, but like slightly different playstyle. Where you don't get to like pick your monarch. You like actually have like a set monarch on each island that you can unlock and change between them. I can't remember if that one came out before the Shogun one or after the Shogun one. That was like the Deadlands, I think. I think it's called the Deadlands. And then they released the Nordic one, like the Viking one. That's the one I really like. And then more recently, like within the past year, they made the Roman, like Greece one. And that one's a lot of fun too. The animations in those two are so fucking good. Oh my god, the sound cut out for a minute. But those ones are more fun to play, I think, than like the original like first game. The original first game didn't keep my attention for hella long. I like played it when it first came out and then stopped playing it. And then like years later I remembered it and I was like, oh, I kind of want to play it again. And that's when I saw like Kingdom Two Crowns and I tried like the DLCs and stuff. Like I tried the original and then I tried the DLCs and I really like the DLCs. Let me see if I have, do I have ZZZ set up on here? I don't think I do. Let me fix my like just chatting screen really quick. I'm gonna transition over to this one for a second while I do some background stuff to set up ZZZ. Ooh, pre-install. We'll do that later. Alright, let me see. Game capture. Game capture? Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Captures window. Run as admin. Use game capture? Are you not already in admin OBS? Huh? It's like picking up the audio, but let me see. We're gonna move it. When do I want it in? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. DZ, where are you? Ah. How is OBS not already running in? Alright, give me 1 second while I do some technical difficulty work. Let me end stream on YouTube.